everyone. Today I'll be explaining my project smart home. So my project smart home is a prototype of a smart home, and this is the circuit of my smart home. So this is the Raspberry Pi, and here this breadboard is connected to the Raspberry Pi, and this is the LCD which is connected to the Raspberry Pi's breadboard. So here, whenever I activate or deactivate an utility, it will display a message on LCD, and you can also replace this LCD with other utilities. So now we will see how to run the server. To run the server, first we need to decompress it so that you will be able to unzip it. So now we'll extract it. So now could you see here, these are the files which are extracted. So now we'll go to the folder. So now we'll be running project.sh. So now could you see here, this is ngrok and this is the ngrok URL. So with this ngrok URL, you will be able to access this. Raspberry Pi from your app. So now we'll go to the front end. 1 minute. Before that I will show you how will the circuit look in real life. So this is the Raspberry Pi which will be controlling all the components. This is the GPIO board through which we will be able to connect all the components so that it will be able to we'll be able to connect it to the Raspberry Pi. And this is the LCD through which I'll be able to demonstrate whether the signal is coming or not. So now we'll see how to set up our front end. So here you need to click on connect AI companion. 1 minute. So before that, this is the ngrok URL through which we'll be able to communicate with the Raspberry Pi for turning the specific utilities on or off, or to say that it is sending a connection signal. So now you need to click on connect AI companion. Now as you can see here, it will scan this barcode, and here it will be replaced with this login screen. This is the login screen with the login via Google button. When you click the login via Google button, log in with the specific Google account, and if you do not have a Google account, it will ask you to log in a new screen. So now these is the location buttons, and this is the detect location button, through which it will be able to detect the location and enable the specific location. So could you see here? The display is displaying with the account through which I have just logged in now. So now when I send a request to connect, here it will say connection succeeded, and then here it will say request received connecting. For some time it won't enable it, and after some time when it has detected the location correctly, it will enable the specific location. So here the Bengaluru button is enabled, so we need to click on the button, and as the request returned a response, it is saying connected successfully. So now when we click it once again, it will redirect to the screen, but before that we will see whether it is showing some changes here. So could you see here it is saying request received connecting. So now to accept the connection, you need to click on that once more. So now this is the smart home screen. So here I will first activate the fan, but before that we will see whether has it connected, so that we will be able to send the request. So could you see here it's saying connected, now relax. So now as the connection is accepted, now we will go and then we will turn on the fan. So now I have turned on the fan using the switch. Now let us see what has happened here in the display. Could you see here it's displaying fan on. So now I'll turn the fan off. So now I'll turn on the light. But before that, could you see here that the fan off is being displayed? So that means we have turned off the fan. So now let us turn on the light. So I turned on the light. Now let us see what has happened there. So could you see here it's saying light on. So now we'll turn off the light too. Could you see here it's saying light off. Like that you can also turn on and off AC and door, and you can also add many other components, but for now let us wrap it up, and thank you for your time. Bye.